Miss you, bad.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy D4 Harbinger, man. Back at it again with another video. Just as promised, like I said I was gonna do, you feel me? Before we get into the video I talked about yesterday, man, let's talk about something real quick. I might end up dropping a double video today. It's a lot of stuff going on right now that I do want to talk about outside of this message that I want to send to you guys, you feel me? So there might be another upload, like, you know what I'm saying, like just getting into my life or whatever, probably vlogging my day, or it might be like some gaming shit and I talk about it on the game thing. There's another thing I want to talk about. I do apologize about my last video, like the resolution and all that, you know, how it's like a little bit messed up because I recorded off the phone and I did try to get that joke on the I did try to get it on the computer and all that. You feel me? But when I did that, and I ended up uploading it to YouTube privately and then trying to put it into like DaVinci Resolve, and then it just, a lot of shit went wrong, like, you know what I'm saying, that I really didn't know how to fix. But you know what I'm saying, I done looked it up, now I know how to fix the issue. The video was playing a little too fast, kind of found out it was my FPS, all types of crazy shit. And then, you know, this video I'm gonna try to put in some music or some shit like that in the background for y'all. And I know on my computer that's where all my stuff at, like, you know, like my, you know, like shit that I can add to my video and my intros and shit like that. So I'm gonna try to figure that out this time around, do the same thing and try to edit my video using, you know, my regular software and try to fix my resolution so that way when y'all pull it up, it don't have all that, you know what I'm saying, all that border space on the video, you feel me? So I'm gonna do that for y'all. And, you know, without further ado, we're gonna dive straight into it, bro. Last time on the other video, we was talking about just getting started and shit, and I used some crazy ass analogy, you know, using like, you know what I'm saying, soap and water and shit and deodorant. And I told y'all, I even gave y'all like a little bonus video at the end. I told y'all what I was doing to challenge myself, and this is me doing that. You feel me? So we back out here in the same field. You feel me? And yeah, we about to get right back into it. So if y'all watched the last video, you know that I was talking about the videos made for me and for people who need it. And it's just me telling you, just get started, bro. Don't overthink it and all that and shit like that. And just chase your dreams, man, because the more you procrastinate, the further your dreams are going to be away from you. You feel me? That's like, say I'm walking right now and you trying to catch up to your dreams, and the more you procrastinate, it's like stopping while your dreams keep walking and shit. It's like time don't wait for nobody, you feel me? And that's how you should treat your dreams. Because the more you wait, knowing that that's what you want to do, the more somebody else is going to fulfill your role and take your space. And it's, you know, it's going to get harder and harder for you to get on, but that doesn't mean it's impossible. So just get started. So that's what the message was on the second one. And this one, I'm going to go into more depth about not overthinking. You feel me? So yeah, so like, and I wrote down some things. Like I told y'all, I woke up at 2 in the morning, could not go to sleep. It took me like an hour to write this stuff down. That's kind of what's in the bonus video. I go into depth about that, you know what I'm saying? So so yeah, let's get straight into what I got over here, man. Let's talk about your environment and problems. Yes, your environment is definitely important, right? Remember the analogy I used. If you try to, like, if you got soap and deodorant in your house and you trying to be like less stinky and shit, right? You feel me? That's the analogy. I mean, it's just me trying to make it simple. You trying to be less stanky and shit, you gonna put on some soap and deodorant. But there's people out here that have the soap and deodorant in the house and they just too lazy to get up and get in. It's right there in their reach. And there's people that have it in their reach, but they feel like they need more. You feel me? Sometimes you gotta get in with the cheap stuff and fake it till you make it, you know what I'm saying? Or like just use the tools that's at your disposal. Something you probably can't get though, you gotta sit with some Olay, not shitting on Olay or nothing. I don't know if it's really cheap or whatever, but like different brands, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can't get Dove, you gotta sit with some Olay and deal with that until you can get what you want, which is Dove soap or some shit like that. And then, you know, you got more shit like, for me as a man, Dr. Squash, like that's some $8 soap that you got to order and shit like that. You want to get in there, let's say that's like premium shit. You want to get to that level and you start looking at people at that level already. You study these motherfuckers, you get to know, you know what I'm saying, know who they are and shit and what they bring to the table online. You try to copy that flow till you find your own. You try to do some shit like that. That's what you want to do. And then you want to constantly like put yourself around people that's on the same type of mode as you are. Let's say you in an environment where you trying to go get that soap and water, and that's your tools or some shit for you to become successful. So that's your goal is to be less stinky, right? You trying to do that, but you sitting around people who content with being stinking and shit. You ain't gonna keep sitting there trying to smell that shit, bro. Like, if you wake up, you realize, like, damn, I stink. I want to do better. You feel me? You go out there and you go do better and you grind. And you got to get around people that's on that same type of mindset. Because if you hang around stinking motherfuckers that don't want to do nothing, you're going to become that. Whether you realize it or not. No matter what type of mindset you got, if you don't change your environment, my nigga, you're going to become your environment. Especially if you're in there for a prolonged period. Like, nigga, you can't go to jail for like 20 years and expect not to have the type of mindset of the niggas that's in jail and shit. You feel me? At some point, you're going to start picking up other niggas' lingo. And you know what I'm saying? And you know, there's some good niggas in jail with good heads on their shoulders and they try to do the right thing. If you hang around knuckleheads and some shit, you join the gang or something, whatever the case, you gotta deal with whatever that gang come with. Them niggas get in trouble, you get in trouble, you become that. But if you go around some niggas that's on some 48 laws of power shit, they reading their books and all that, and they trying, you know what I'm saying, they trying to strengthen their mindset. That's what you're gonna be, you know what I'm saying? That's what you're gonna become. So you gotta pay attention to your environment, my nigga. When it comes to your problems and shit, everybody have them. What I came across on the internet was like some nigga playing shit called a WHYS game. Like WY''S. Why do I have these problems? What's causing them? And then he kept asking why till he got to a solution and some shit. Nigga, I did that shit and I realized my problem was my procrastination. The only thing that was stopping me was myself. I had motherfuckers tell me before YouTube was like really popping, and niggas thought that you could make money from it. I was already on that shit trying to make money. And I had niggas tell me, it ain't money in that. You need to pick up a real job. Like, especially, I used to take advice from old heads and shit too. Like, niggas that was stuck in the old ways. And I ended up taking that advice and I hated that shit since 2017. I told y'all, I've been wanting to become a YouTuber, right? And I've been putting up videos here and there and shit, but I've been deleting them shits over the years. Or if I did put them up, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't consistent enough to keep going. You feel me? And, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I done started a family and some shit. And a lot of things got harder over the years. I went through a lot of shit. And I'm gonna get into more details about who I am or what I've been through or whatever the case. But let's get to the message first. That's for another video. Bottom line, I took the type of advice that worked for other people and I tried to apply that in my life and it didn't work. You feel me? So everybody got problems. What you got to do is find the solutions to them. Change your mindset to a solution-minded person. And that shit gonna work out for you, my nigga. It might not work the next day, but at least you got some progress going. You feel me? Well, what else I got written down? Talk about being around others that's not going anywhere in life, bro. I just handle that. And how they don't care and their mindset, bro. Yes, I just handled that, but people's mindset, bro, can change yours, whether you realize it or not. This is why it's so important to get around people that's on the same type of timing that you on. And if you can't do that, join some Discords or at least study the people who's around these type of people and some shit, and you can create your own environment, my nigga. To be honest with you, it's hard to come out here and make a video and record yourself in front of people and talk to a camera and shit like that. But the more you do it, the easier it becomes. And it's a little embarrassing at first because you seeing yourself on video, you seeing yourself talking, and you realize it's like, you start criticizing yourself before anybody else does. You your biggest critic. And if you around people who criticize themselves rather than, like, let's say you around people that criticize themselves and other people, that shit gonna rub off on you. But if you're around other people that be like, damn, I look good on video, like I did that, and they got that type of mindset where they just keep going, and then they really look at themselves as grinders and shit, man, you become that, bro. That's why it's important. Like, you hang around millionaires, you're gonna eventually be one. That's exactly what I believe. So you gotta pay attention to the mindset. Let me not get the sun in the camera. You gotta pay attention to the mindsets of the people you're around, and you apply that anywhere in your life, bro. When it comes to dating, when you got friends and you hanging out and shit, and if you can't find nobody that, you know what I'm saying, that has these type of mindsets, bro, like what I did, I've been alone for a long time, bro. I don't hang out with nobody. I don't go party, none of that shit. None of that shit is me. You feel me? I don't even think I even been to a damn concert because I don't like being around people like that. And I don't want to go look at somebody else's concert, some shit some nigga that's up there, and then I ain't got no shit going on myself. You feel me? I'll probably start enjoying life or whatever when I get up there. Whenever I make it, whenever that is. And it ain't gonna be tomorrow, but it's gonna be sometime. What else? Talk about standing out in the fear of it. Boy, standing out is scary. In school, I didn't really want to stand out at all. I just wanted to get the fuck out of school. I always had this fear of standing out or whatever the case. I ain't like being the center of attention or being talked about. But as an adult, if I wanted to become something, I needed to stand out. But no matter what it is, if you applying resumes and shit like that to certain jobs, nigga, you got to put some shit up there that's gonna make them like a cover letter or whatever. That's gonna have you stand out, because it's hundreds or thousands of people that's gonna apply for that same job. So as an adult, standing out is one of your main concerns. You feel me? And then especially when it comes to content creating, you got to do something different than other people. So whatever that may be, I know my content all over the place. Like, nigga, I play all different types of games and shit, but that's my personality. And for the longest, I thought I wanted to become this gamer or some shit until I started filming and I realized, like, I'm gonna be spending a lot of time playing games, and then I'm gonna be spending more time editing them bitches. So I wanted to choose an easier route that's gonna, you know what I'm saying, benefit not only myself, but my family. My kids, I got 2 kids I take care of, and they real small, right? I want to do some shit that's going to, like, I want to record my life and theirs, so these niggas can look back at their shit and be like, that's me when I was little, and they look at these moments and shit and they be happy. I want to become more of a vlogger or some shit, some IRL streamer, whatever the case, and show my actual life. And then on gaming, do that shit for the fun, like for the culture, for fun and shit. Whenever I want to sit down and chill and not be on over, like, bro, Corey Kenshin, Dash, you know niggas, bro, solid, bro. For years they've been editing, for years they've been gaming and shit. And I really realized, I got a couple of edited videos, bro. It took me days to do them shits. I mean, I know I'm just now starting out and I ain't do it too much and too often, but I didn't want to come out here as a gamer. So I need to figure out what I need to do as a, you know what I'm saying, blogger, as a reactor and all this other shit. And come out there and do that and stand out in that way. Where we at here? Talk about problems and finding solutions to them fast. And let's go back to the hygiene analogy, bro. If you sitting around people that's content with being stinking and shit, they don't want to wash their body or shit like that, and they don't want to go out there and get that soap and that deodorant, my nigga, but you do, you got to recognize that there is a problem and find a solution to them shits. That's what you got. I hope I don't get the damn sun all up in the camera, but you got to recognize that there is a problem and find a solution to it. Step number 1 is recognizing that there is a problem. That's like half the battle. The other half is like, you know what I'm saying, really holding yourself accountable and working towards minimizing your future problems and knowing how to handle them when the time may come, and then handling them shits accordingly. You feel me? Don't overdo it and try to handle all your problems at once. One step at a time. Handle the biggest problems first, or the smallest problems, get them out of the way to minimize, you know what I'm saying, whatever problems you have, and handle the big ones later. However you want to do it, choose whatever path you want to choose, nigga. It's like working on your credit, bro. One fucking bill at a time. What's the next one, bro? Let's talk about not overthinking and just getting started. Let's go back to that, bro. Do not overthink. Don't overthink. When you see your problems piling up and you see, you know what I'm saying, or you got this goal in life and you see how long it's gonna take to get there and how much shit you got to do before you get to where you want to be, bro, don't get discouraged. Don't overthink it. Cause if you get into that overthinking phase, ain't no telling how many years you're gonna spend doing that shit, nigga. 2017 was 8 years ago, right? That shit was 8 years ago. When I woke up and realized, like, yeah, nigga, I graduated in 2017. That's 8 years ago. I've been working this whole time. Working is the fucking worst shit. I hate that shit. Like, I ain't shitting on 9 to 5s, but nigga, I hate working for other people. I always wanted to do my own shit, bro. I always wanted to become my own person. I always wanted to handle my own business, but not be no business owner and like be handling employees and some shit. I just wanted to move on my own, because I don't really hang around people, and I just wanted to become myself and be genuine. What do I like doing? I like gaming. I like anime and shit, watching anime. And I do like meeting new people and talking to people. I just don't like working for people and shit, because then you got bosses and shit that's like snarky. They come at you sideways. Nigga, you got work environments that's toxic as hell. Everybody's shady. Nigga, you got employees that try to be boss men and try to like run shit, and they're not the niggas that's writing your paycheck. Nigga, I'm not going for none of that. Why should I? So what the fuck is stopping me from being what I want to become and getting I'd rather sacrifice going through mistakes, chasing my goals and shit, rather than never obtaining my goals and never chasing them at all and doing some shit I never wanted to do for the rest of my life. That is crazy to me. You feel me? So, what else? Talk about how overthinking can cause procrastination and how procrastination can kill dreams, and that your place is being taken by others who started doing. I already covered that, but you know what I'm saying? I'm glad I read that out. Again, I'm gonna say it again, y'all. The more you procrastinate, the more other people gonna take your dreams or some shit and make it become theirs. Like, cause you're not the only person chasing. I'm not the only one that's still trying to be a YouTuber to this day. If I would have started 8 years ago, I would have, ain't no telling how big I would have been, how big I would have been. You feel me? But I'm starting now, and it's never too late. You feel me? It's never too late. Sometimes, like, you know what I'm saying, you got to go through that hurt of not starting and watching other people grow and shit, and then wake you up, and you finally fucking make it. Find a safe space. I still can't record in front of people right now, so I find a place where I can record, and that's by myself. It's like a few people walking around here. It's like a day cover, and it's like a center over there for like gyms and shit. Some people that can hear me, but it's not overwhelming to where it's like I'm in front of I'm not in front of a large audience right now. I'm not ready for that. I'm gonna be honest, not right now. You know what I'm saying? I want to make some mistakes first, get myself out there, get a little track record going or some shit, and then be able to do some shit like that. So I found a safe space where I am comfortable, and that's what it's all about. At least I'm putting out the content, right? And when I am ready for it, I'll go handle that. But I want to build my audience genuinely, and I want to make my mistakes or some shit. And then I know I'm gonna make mistakes when I get bigger or some shit, but you know, I need to give myself a little track record first. You feel me? So finding a safe space is very important, and if you don't have one, create one. You feel me? No matter, like, if you in a house with 10 kids, 10 siblings, whatever the case, and you feel like you can't record in front of them, whatever, it's too loud or whatever, you got it. Like, I'm not too far away from my house. You got to find somewhere. Go for a walk. Take the kids to the park. Whatever you got to do. And then when you walking on the trail or whatever the case, you can record it then. Record whatever video. Like, this is me talking to myself, telling myself to do that. Whatever works for you, whatever you're trying to do in life, make sure you create a safe space. Some people got offices in their home, like developers and shit. I got a brother that's a developer. This nigga bought a 2-bedroom, knowing, you know what I'm saying, knowing that he would need an office and a place to lay. And he wanted to separate his bed from his office area. The smartest shit I ever fucking seen. I was never exposed to no shit like that. Me and my brother got 2 different upbringings for real. But I learned a lot from that nigga, bro. Basically, both of my older brothers, I learned I learned a lot from these niggas, bro. Just watching how they move and so it's some shit that ain't even had to be said. I just peeked it and I'm like, the fuck I'm doing in my life? These niggas are geniuses, and it's some simple shit, bro. Simple shit, like getting a fucking 2-bedroom, knowing that you the only one that live by yourself just because you need an office, and you was like, I'm gonna create one. Crazy shit. Now, you ain't gotta create one on that type of level. I'm just opening your mindset to different horizons, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Just trying to wake y'all up, just let you know that there's ways that you can just go out here and just make shit happen, bro. Just look again. Creating a video. That's it. Create your safe space. What's up? Talk about just bringing yourself and your personality first, and just then finding your niche and what side of content creation you want to be on. Who you want to be can always change, and it's always changing. I wrote that down. That shit came to my mind at 2 a.m, bro. Like, what the fuck? Who you want to be can always change, and is always changing. People go to college and drop out to chase other dreams all the time, no matter how deep they are into it. I don't know how that shit came to my mind, but I'm glad it did. It made me realize, like, if you going to school to become whatever you want to become, let's say like some nurse or some shit, and that shit take like you 5-6 years or something, right? I don't know how long that shit take, but niggas be dropping out at like that last year to chase other dreams, and that shit be taking off. And by that time, bro, putting 5 years into something or 4 years into something, that shit became your identity. And motherfuckers dropping out, and they chasing other dreams and becoming way more successful than they would have been in those careers. Like, some of these careers like 50, 60,000 a year or some shit, entry level, or like that might be like the most they'll make. They'll drop out and become millionaires, or like at least have hundreds of thousands in the bank. shit is crazy. All because they took a chance, they took a risk, they chased their dreams, they dropped what they was doing. They realized, so a lot of people, they end up finishing their shit, realize it's not what they want to do. They don't even use that shit when they come out. And the one thing they wanted to do, they never did. And I don't want to become that person at all. At all. You feel me? So I wrote a message to myself saying, find out your niche and what side of content you want to be on. This is me not over, like, finding your niche and shit. And what side of content you want to be on. I done changed that shit so many times. I wanted to become a gamer. I wanted to become the next Corey Kenshin or some shit. Then I wanted to become a vlogger. Then I wanted to become a streamer. Then I realized, I sat back, I'm like, hold on, my content all over the place. Ain't nobody gonna watch that, but hey, fuck it. This is who I am. And I realized, like, at the end of the day, I always wanted to become some fucking, like, I always wanted to game for fun and not have that shit become like a job. And just become like some nigga that just vlog his life and some shit, so niggas can see how I'm living. You know what I'm saying? When I go to the store, some shit, just have fun and have a community of people to talk to. That's what I really genuinely wanted. That's the side of content creation that I wanted to be on, right? I figured that out after just doing shit and testing it out and realizing, like, oh, that's not the side I want to be on. That's not really me. And it's not because it came with shit that was too hard for me. I just realized I ain't want to do it. So this is me telling you, just get started. Don't overthink it and do some shit that you think you want to do first. If you still want to do like content creation and shit like that, figure out what you do want to do and just try different avenues and shit and just put out the fucking content. What matters is you putting out the content for real. What matters is you actually trying. You feel me? Niggas don't fucking finish high school and immediately know what the fuck they want to do for college or whatever. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas don't. Some do. Or some think they know what they want to do, but they end up changing it later down the line. So this is me telling you, don't overthink that shit, bro. Don't overthink it. And what else I got? Oh, I got some more on the back. This is a couple more points. And you know what I'm saying? Yo, right here. This is another note I wrote for myself and I wanted to bring it to y'all. Tell them to wake up and go through the humiliation of making mistakes, because it's always going to happen. And get rid of the fear of standing out. Get rid of that fear of standing out, because that's exactly what you need to do. Go through the mistakes and shit. It's not a humiliation. It's just uncomfortable. You feel me? I don't know why I put humiliation on that bitch. It's just uncomfortable. That's it. You feel me? And then change your environment by creating a safe space. And when you take bigger measures then. Just don't overthink it. You want a bigger house, you want a bigger yard, you want a new environment, you want to move out the city. All of that shit could come later. Do whatever little changes you can do. Use the tools that are at your disposal. If you got I got a yard near my house, a big ass field. That's the tool that's at my disposal. So that's me creating my safe space. And then when I get bigger and I'm able to make these bigger changes, get a bigger house, get a yard and shit like that, then I'm gonna do that. But that comes later. You feel me? That comes later. So this is me telling myself and y'all, hey, don't overthink it. And that's gonna be the title of this video. That's all I had to say. This is day 2 of me telling y'all, like, you know what I'm saying, sending out a message. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Peace, love, and hair grease. Right, I don't fuck with you. But you too, I'm out. It's your boy Default Harbinger, and I really hope y'all like. Make sure you like, subscribe, and don't forget to share. Alright.
I came up from nothing, I mean it. Now I'm living everything I was dreaming.